Hey, Ellie, you're all working late tonight to finish up some year-end work, and once we're done, we're gonna go out to celebrate.
What? Marshall, what are you thinking? You know my due date is a week away.
Yeah, and?
The baby could be born any minute. I need you to come straight home so we can be ready.
What? The baby's not due for a week. Why are you so anxious about?
Marshall!
My mom told me a while ago that I was born 1 day early, and my brother was born 2 days early. So I don't see any reason to worry about anything for at least a few more days.
Marshall, every pregnancy is different. A due date isn't a sure thing. It's just an estimate.
Would you listen to me? I'll be at home for the last 3 days until your due date, so get off my back. Don't try to use your pregnancy to control me, Ellie. Chill out already.
You think I'm using my pregnancy?
Look, just lay off of me until 3 days before your due date, got it? I'm going back to work now, so I'm not reading any more messages until I come home.
Marshall!
Hey, Ellie, you realize it's New Year's Eve, don't you?
Well, yeah, of course. There's only 3 days left until my due date, so I'm even more conscious of the calendar than usual.
Oh, so you did know? Then why aren't you cleaning the house?
Huh?
You always clean the house from top to bottom on New Year's Eve. Why haven't you done it yet? Get to work!
I've done what I can, Marshall. I can't do any more than this being so close to the birth. I'm not feeling well today, and I don't want to risk hurting the baby.
Excuse me?
I did a little bit in the morning, and I think I might have kind of pushed myself too far.
Oh, come on! All you did was wipe down the windows and tables. That's no different than what you always do every week.
You have to understand that these are not normal circumstances.
How little do you think of me? Don't you appreciate how hard I work to provide for you at all? You can't do even a little cleaning to show your thanks?
With the baby coming so soon, to be honest, I have way more important things on my mind.
You're unbelievable.
And besides, Marshall, where did you go? You said you were going to the store to get a snack, and you've been gone for 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay at a buddy's house, have a New Year's party tonight.
You what?
It's your fault for not cleaning the house. How am I supposed to relax and enjoy the new year in a filthy house? My buddy's a bachelor, and even his house is cleaner.
But Marshall, you said you'd be at home with me. The due date is 3 days. Don't you remember your promise?
That was when I thought you'd do your job. You want me to come home, clean the house from top to bottom? I don't want a single speck of dust left, got it?
Now? It's already 6 p.m.
Yes, now! You're not doing your part in this marriage, Ellie. Either clean the house tonight or we're getting a divorce. Stay up all night working if you have to.
Divorce? Are you out of your mind?
You've gotten lazy and controlling ever since you got pregnant. I mean, come on, really? Your due date being 3 days away is no excuse for not doing your work. Now get to it!
How many times do I have to tell you? A due date is an estimate. The baby could be born any time.
There you go again! You're still using your pregnancy to try and control me. You need to clean up your act and fast. I don't want you raising my kid to be a controlling little brat like you.
Did you just call me a brat?
Anyway, this conversation is over. Either clean the house tonight or I'm divorcing you tomorrow. Happy New Year!
Good morning, Ellie. Happy New Year. How are you feeling today?
Happy New Year, Mom.
I know things get awfully busy around the New Year, but remember, you and your baby's health comes first.
Thank you, Mom, but I'm sorry. I think me and your son might be getting divorced.
Divorced? Oh, what happened? Did something happen between you and Marshall?
I wasn't able to clean the house in time.
What? Clean the house? Why would you need to clean the house right now? You can do that anytime. Well, you do want your house to be clean and sanitary for your new baby, but that's something that Marshall can do for himself. Wait, weren't you going to stay with your family for the birth?
Well, no. I decided to stay here instead.
Oh, really?
My mother has already passed away, and I didn't want to be a burden on my father. He lives alone, and he isn't the best of health himself.
I was under the impression that you had found another relative who would take care of you at the last minute, so you decided to stay with them.
What?
I didn't think anything of it. After all, I did the same thing. I went to stay with an aunt of mine when my children were coming due, so I didn't say anything. But is that not the case?
No, it's not. I'm alone at home right now.
You're alone? But the baby could be born any minute. You're home alone.
Yeah,
And you were cleaning.
as much as I could, yeah. Marshall told me that if I didn't have the house clean by the morning, he'd divorce me. So I thought I should do as much as I possibly could. So I was doing a little bit at a time while making sure I wasn't overworking myself. But it was just too much.
Oh, I'll be right over. Marshall told me you were staying with a relative. I thought there was no need to worry. And so I only messaged you once in a while to check up on you because I didn't want to be overbearing. Oh, I can't believe it. What is Marshall thinking?
Mom,
What's the matter?
my water just broke.
Oh no!
Ellie! I figured you were done cleaning, so I came home expecting to spend a relaxing New Year's Day in my sparkling clean house, but what the hell? You didn't clean anything! You even left the rags and buckets out in the hallway! Thanks for ruining my New Year's, you ungrateful woman. You knew the deal. This means divorce, Ellie! Where are you? You gotta sign the divorce papers, so hurry up and get back here.
Both Ellie and the baby
Huh?
are in critical condition.
What are you talking about? Wait a minute, this isn't Ellie, is it?
Right you are. I'm watching over Ellie's phone for the moment.
Huh? Who the hell are you?
I'm going to message you from my own phone momentarily. That should clear things up.
Who do you think you are? What gives you the right to butt into this? It's between me and my wife.
Hello, Marshall.
Oh, hey, Mom. Happy New Year.
Oh, do not Happy New Year me, Marshall. I did not raise you to be such a pathetic, sniveling child.
Mom, what's wrong? Why are you angry at me?
Didn't you just get a message from Ellie's line account? I told you I would message you from my own phone.
Wait, that was you, Mom?
Of course it was, you nincompoop.
Wait, but I thought you were at home. What are you doing with Ellie and why do you have her phone? Oh, I see what's going on. Ellie's at your place, right? She probably told you all sorts of ridiculous things to get you on her side, right? That's just like her. Mom, don't listen to a word she says. I have no idea what she told you, but she's been using her pregnancy as an excuse to treat me terribly lately. She even tried to skip out on her animal cleaning. Can you believe it?
What I can't believe is that you would make her clean the whole house so close to the baby's birth.
Oh no, you too, Mom. What's the big deal? The baby isn't due for 3 days.
Ellie is in the delivery room as we speak.
What?
Her water broke when I messaged her this morning to see how she was doing, and she asked me for help. I called an ambulance for her, and your father and I both rushed to the hospital to be with her. We also called Ellie's father. He's here with us right now, too. The doctor said both Ellie and the baby are in critical condition. All we can do now is wait and pray for the best.
Well, for real? But why would the baby be born so early? Me and my brother were born a day or two before the due date, but Ellie had 3 whole days left.
3 days is a long time for a full-term pregnant woman.
Is it really?
You didn't know that? Just what have you been doing all this time Ellie has been pregnant? Have you learned nothing?
Well, I mean...
And by the way, you told me that Ellie was going to stay with a relative for the birth and that she wouldn't be at home, didn't you?
I didn't want you to worry about her. Plus, I thought that if I spoiled her too much, that she would never become a good mother.
It's not Ellie's abilities as a mother that have me concerned. It is yours as a father.
Hey, what hospital are you at?
I don't believe you, Marshall. You don't even know your wife's doctor?
Hey, it's not my body.
Marshall, don't bother coming.
What? Wait, Mom, hold on.
I'll ask Ellie herself whether she wants to see you or wants you to meet the baby. When she makes a decision, I'll let you know.
Come on, give me a break.
You're a terrible man to have done this to your own wife. And think of Ellie's father. He trusted you to care for his daughter and gave his blessing to your marriage. And this is how you repay him?
But
No buts, Marshall.
But...
Didn't you say you'd get divorced if the house wasn't cleaned? There's still a high probability of you getting your wish.
Huh? Do you mean...
So you'll have to have that discussion as well.
No, I don't want to get divorced!
Hush, you petulant child!
Mom, aren't you going to take my side?
I said hush. I'll update you later on Ellie and the baby's conditions. But you should be prepared for the possibility you never see them again.
No, please no.
That is the gravity of what you've done today, Marshall. If you still don't understand, then think long and hard until you do.
Why is this happening?
Ellie and the baby made it through just fine. She's been staying with her father and the baby ever since getting out of the hospital. And as for my son, one day Ellie's lawyer came by the house, delivered the demands for damages and child support, and had Marshall sign the divorce papers. Their divorce was finalized that very day. He's constantly whining that he needs money, and it seems like he needs another lesson. So we asked a friend of ours who owns a construction company to straighten him out. So with the aid of his enthusiastic colleagues, he's now embarking on the long and painful road to becoming a decent human being. My husband and I are planning to cut him out of our lives. And after a kind invitation by Ellie, we're considering moving somewhere closer to her and her father so that we can see our grandchild.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time. Good evening, Mandy. Evening, Amy. I was so surprised today. You and me both. What are the chances one of my old mom friends would be working at my new company? I know, right? I moved here 5 years back when my husband got a transfer at work, but I was really surprised to hear you'd moved to the same city. Oh, really? We moved here because my husband got a transfer at work, too. It doesn't look like our kids will be at the same elementary school, though, since we live in different school districts. Oh, really? I didn't realize. Well, there we have it. Old friends reunited as coworkers. Here's hoping we bring in lots of great results together. Yeah, we got this. Oh, there was one thing. What is it? I'm not part-time. I'm actually a full-time regular employee, and I'm part of the management team. Huh? Actually, I'm your direct superior. Really? Sorry, it's not like I want you to think I'm a hotshot or anything, but I'm obligated to interact with you as I would any of my subordinates, at least while we're at work. There are also differences in what our respective jobs entail. I thought it would be better to get everything out in the open from the get-go so as to avoid any misunderstandings further down the line. Oh, I see. Of course. Silly me, I had the wrong idea. Sorry. No, not at all. You've been at the company way longer than me. It's only natural you'd be a step ahead of me by now. I'm gonna work hard to become a regular employee myself. That's great. You can do it. I mean, you became one after all. So it should be even easier for me. Right. Anyway, let's get to it. Sure thing. Let's get to work. Hey, Mandy. Hey, Amy. Thanks for your hard work lately. What's up? That project that was being discussed in the meeting today? You and Dave, the section manager of our department, are both going to be on board, right? Am I right in thinking Dave is going to be in charge of it? Yes, that's right. What kind of project is it? Product development. The aim is to break through into new demographics and develop new customer bases by creating products based on concepts completely different to those we've been making until now. Wow, that sounds so interesting. The project only got up and running about a month ago. Ooh, does that mean it's still in its early stages? That's right. The general direction has more or less already been established. We're currently in the preliminary stage, whereby each project member has been tasked with drafting a plan. The first presentations are scheduled to begin as we move into next month, and after that, the most well-researched proposal presentations will be adopted for the project. I see. Hey, Mandy, about this project. Yes? I want to be on board too. Huh? I think you should be the one to ask the section manager for me. That's not really going to be feasible. What? Why? It's not my job to make those kinds of decisions. You mean you won't put in a good word for your best mom friend from back in the day? Not even for old time's sake? I don't think it's appropriate to mix my private affairs with my work life. What? Come on! Besides, I'd have to have some serious clout to bring someone who just joined the company into a project of this magnitude. It's just not realistic. I'm sorry. Huh? Why not? Are you saying I'm not capable of doing a good job? No, that's not what I mean. Your work responsibilities still mostly only entail shadowing and assisting the senior employees. It's just a little, premature, you know? If you can do it, there's no reason I can't too. Look, in any case, there are no plans to bring anyone else on board right now because the project's full up. And even if there were, I don't have the authority to recruit new personnel. I'm afraid I can't do anything for you on this one. Sorry. My husband will be home soon, so I have to head off. Take care, Amy.
Mandy, thank you for your efforts over the last few days. How are things? Is now a good time to talk?
Oh, Dave, hello, yes, I can talk now. What's up?
I'm sorry to contact you after work like this. I messaged you because there's something I need to ask you about quickly.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm on the train right now, so that's fine, as long as you don't mind if we do it by message. What can I help you with?
Well, I'll just come straight out with it. Did you know that new part-timer, Amy, who joined the company recently, before she joined?
Huh?
She said you were old acquaintances.
Yes. We met 5 years ago before we moved to the city. We both have sons of the same age, so we were kind of like mom friends. It was a total coincidence we met again at the company, though.
Ah, I see. So that was the nature of your relationship.
Even still, it's not like we were best friends or even particularly familiar, to be honest. It's just that our sons were both in the same class at kindergarten back then, so we talked every now and then while waiting for the kids to get out at the end of the day. Anyway, that's how we met. And we did get along well enough on the occasions we happened to meet each other. I couldn't tell you what she thinks of me, though.
I understand. Thank you.
Did something happen?
Well, to tell you the truth, Amy suddenly proclaimed that she wanted to be a part of our new product development project today.
Huh? You mean she came and spoke with you directly?
That's right. It's not that I have an issue with people being direct and proactive at work. In fact, I admire it. That said, I found the way she asked me a little disagreeable.
The way she asked you?
Mandy's not very good at her job at all, so I think the project would run a lot smoother if you swapped her for me.
What? She said that?
She did. Plus,
What is it?
there is one more thing I'd like to ask you. Am I right in thinking that Amy has a husband?
Yes, she's married. She said the reason she moved here in the first place was because her husband got transferred to a different branch at his company.
I see. Just as I thought.
What happened?
Well, before I tell you, can I trust this conversation will remain strictly between the two of us?
Yes, of course, my lips are sealed. Is everything okay?
What she said is, if you bring me in on this project, I'll go on a date with you. Obviously, I declined straight away. I have a family of my own after all. What does she take me for?
Yes, of course. I wonder what the hell she's playing at.
And actually, Mandy,
Yes?
I'm due to discuss this matter with the department manager tomorrow morning. If you wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate if you joined us.
Me?
You're a member of the same department and an active participant in the project in question. On top of that, you're Amy's direct superior. Given your unique position, We'd like to hear your honest thoughts on the matter.
I see. Well, in that case, sure. I'll be there. Mandy! Looks like I might have a shot at joining the project after all. I just knew Dave would have an eye for up-and-coming talent. Good evening, Amy. Yes, I heard all about your conversation. If your draft plan is accepted at the next batch of presentations, you'll be brought on board as an official member of the project team, right? Yeah, that's right. Well, in that case, you'd better get to work on putting together the presentation materials. Oh, well, you see, about that. Could you put my slides together for me? What? Think about it. I'm just a lowly part-timer. It's more appropriate that you, as a full-time regular employee, handle this kind of dreary desk work. I'm sure you understand. Plus, I'm super busy right now with helping the other employees on their assignments. I just can't catch a break. I have to make careful consideration before taking on anything new when I have so many people relying on me. Wait a second. What on earth are you talking about? The only reason you're being considered for the project in the first place is to see what kind of draft plan you can come up with and what kind of presentation you put together. Huh? If you want some extra time to work on your draft, I'm more than open to the possibility of redistributing some of your current assignments. And if there's ever anything you don't understand, you're welcome to come and speak to me at any time. Basically, please put the draft together yourself, okay? Mandy! Who was it who so kindly came over to talk to you when you were all on your own outside kindergarten in our old city? I had plenty of friends back then. But of all of them, you got along with me the best. I was always there for you. I'm not so sure about that. Anyway, you're my boss now, right? Surely the boss is the one ultimately responsible for their subordinates' work. You wouldn't just abandon a valuable member of your team in their hour of need. That doesn't apply to this presentation. Oh, come on. Just hurry up and get my presentation done. I'll consider it a thank you for everything I did for you back then. That seriously won't be happening. Mandy, you're awful! I can't believe you didn't prepare me a single thing for today's presentation! Not just that, but you didn't tell me the company president would be in attendance either! Do you have any idea how badly you've humiliated me? I got declined for the project! This is all your fault! No, Amy. That's where you're wrong. What? Since you went and told Dave yourself that you wanted to become a member of the project team, he and upper management decided you would be tested and your entry onto the team decided by whether or not you could meet certain conditions. Those conditions included the success of your presentation, including preparation of materials and the subsequent adoption of your proposal. There's not much point in a test if you don't complete it by yourself, is there? But in spite of that, you asked me to put together the presentation materials for you. Why? I already told you, because you owe me from back when we used to be friends. I gave you a chance to pay back your debt of gratitude, and this is how you repay me? Bringing our private lives into the office isn't acceptable. Besides, and I'm sorry to say this, but I don't have any recollection of us being particularly good friends. What? We never even went for tea parties or lunches like I did with the other moms. Huh? You guys went for tea parties and lunches? I only remember speaking to you like 2 or 3 minutes sometimes when we were dropping off or picking up our boys from school. Brief, superficial interactions at best. What? No way! I thought we had a special bond! Anyway, regardless, Just because it's looking likely your husband is going to divorce you and take you to court for custody of your son doesn't give you the right to stop doing your job properly. What did you just say? If anything, you should be giving it your absolute best at the office to boost your chances of winning the custody battle. Maybe then you'd have a shot at becoming a regular employee. Your financial situation would stabilize and you'd be looked on favorably by the judge. But more importantly, you would have been better off just not cheating on your husband in the first place.
Just you? Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
I happened to bump into your husband the other day. He asked me about how you were doing at your new job. After I told him everything that happened at work, he suddenly told me he had also just found out about some other things you'd been doing behind his back. You've been busy, huh, Amy?
Oh, that oaf of a man! How is a girl supposed to stay interested in just one man anyway? It's not my fault he's boring. Ugh, actually, whatever, I don't care. Because I have Dave, the section manager.
Huh? You do?
Well, you see, I made him an offer he just won't be able to refuse. I said, if he puts me on the project team, I'll go on a date with him. I might not have made it onto the team at the end due to your unparalleled selfishness. But let's face it, there's no way Dave would turn down a date with me. I'm drop-dead gorgeous, after all. So even on the off chance my husband does divorce me, I'll be absolutely fine, sweetie.
Dave isn't the kind of guy to go along with something like that.
Maybe not on the surface, but deep down, I'm probably his heart's only desire.
Everything that happened with you being tested on the project was Dave's doing.
Huh?
He went to the department manager as soon as you approached him. He was told, if she's got what it takes, take her on. If not, tell her we're focusing on maintaining the status quo right now, or that we'll consider her in the future. That's why you were granted a test.
But don't kid yourself. He's single, right? Surely he won't refuse. Single guys have a thing for other guys' wives, after all.
The section manager has a wife and children.
What? He does? You're lying. I haven't heard anything about that.
Anyway, I just got done writing and handing in my report about how you tried to make me create the materials for your presentation.
No, please, and tell them you made a mistake. Take it back.
Please continue this discussion with upper management. Goodbye. In the end, Coda basically lasted 6 months after joining the company. I don't know whether it's because things got difficult for her at work after everyone found out about what she tried to do, but she left a week after our last messages. I heard what happened to her next from her husband. He filed for a divorce immediately after he found out about her affair, and now he has full custody of their son. Her and her lover's relationship has already fallen apart, and apparently she's living with her parents in the countryside for the time being. But her relationship with her parents disintegrated immediately when they found out about her behavior at work. They were gobsmacked. "This isn't how we raised you," they said. Now she lives a solitary existence completely on her own in the next town. Of course, her husband sued her for damages due to her affair. But she struggles to hold down a job due to her difficult personality. And what with the compensation payments, I heard she's seriously struggling to make ends meet. I guess this is what happens when you do and say as you please without any regard for those around you. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.